it's just like so overwhelmingly hard to even think like, okay, on this day I'm going to start this and make a plan. And I was just hoping that they were going to decide to do this in a different manner. Hi guys, I am Mama Bear to Benny. I am mom to 15 children. My baby is 15 months old, yeah, and he has trisomy 18. And in today's video, I am going to do an update on Azariah. I also am going to include quite a few different clips on just things that he's learning to discover, which I just find so incredible. We were told when I was pregnant that he probably wouldn't survive even to be born. And then if he did survive to be born, then he probably would die within the first 2 weeks. And now here we are with our sweet baby who is almost 16 months old. Is he 16 months old? Let's see, September, October, November, December, January. Yes, he is. He's 16 months old, not 15 months old. Yes. So he is 16 months old, and yeah, it just feels incredible. So let's chat about where he has been, what he's up to, things that are going on. Today we had an appointment for him in Boston. He sees most of his doctors and specialists in Boston. And this appointment was to deal with specifically the BiPAP. So it was not the appointment I was looking forward to. It was not the appointment I was looking forward to. He actually has a lot of appointments in the next little bit. I was going to wait until Friday. Friday, he actually has an eye appointment, and I know many of you are excited to hear about his eye appointment, but just so much has happened and so much is changing with him. I figured that I would do an update before we do the eye appointment update. So recently we decided that we were going to, last time I spoke about how he couldn't get his medication. So Boston Children's was able to push his medication, the clonidine, for 1 month. So basically we are trying to get him weaned off his clonidine this month. So we started doing that. He was getting it every 6 hours, and we started to take off. They didn't want to like go lower on the dosage. They wanted to start taking off times. So we went from the 4 times in a 24-hour period to 3 times in a 24-hour period. And with that, we also went up on his gabapentin. Babies with trisomy 18 often have their digestive systems are just a little bit different and often need a little bit of gabapentin to help all that kind of go together. So his weight wise, he was like way under the amount that he could get for gabapentin. So they went up on his gabapentin a little bit. If we need to, then we can go up on it again. And we're trying to take the clonidine off. So hopefully, tomorrow will be the day that I will change him over to every 12. So we'll have 2 doses. And then we'll do that for about a week. And then we'll try to drop him down again. Yeah, so that's kind of how we're doing it. So anyway, he did okay. He did okay with that change, which is really nice. For the past few nights, he has actually slept through the night for probably like, before ice castles, so probably 5, maybe even a whole week. He's been sleeping. He goes to bed late though. He goes to bed at like 11:30, but then he'll sleep until he might get up. I don't know. He's not as active at nighttime as he has been. Let me just say that. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, I'm sorry you don't know, but he had a sleep study in November, and they said that he needed to be on BiPAP with some pretty high levels.
This slipper.
Right there. Oh.
Some of my slippers were right here.
Ask your sister, see if she could come help you.
Okay.
So he needed to be on the BiPAP, but the levels on the BiPAP, it actually like was forcing air too hard. It was too hard, and it was like making him gasp for breath. So we're trying to find what was going to work best with him, and yeah, I talked to his complex care worker, and she's like, I agree with you. I feel like we should maybe do something, a different type of titration, try to figure out what's going to work best for him. So I was thankful for that. And then we went today, and they're like, "No, you need to get him, basically you need to get him on this. Try to wait until the middle of the night, like 2 a.m., and try to put it on him. Um and see if that will work, or else like we'll have to be inpatient until he can get the mask on." And it's just so defeating. It feels just so defeating. Another thing is if we go inpatient, then we miss our other appointments that I feel have lots of like I don't know. I'm sorry. It's like the appointment was today, and it's kind of mentally, emotionally challenging. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about it. It was a long day. I guess I'm gonna try. So, the whole thing is I can't try. I'm tired, guys. I'm just tired, and I feel like finally I'm starting to be able to be a mom to my other kids better. And this kind of feels like a setback, like to have to, you know, be battling all throughout the night for this, right? And so it's really a challenge. I need to figure out some schedule so I can be able to do this, but it's not like if he is needing to, if he's up at night that I don't have other kids, like I can just take a nap. I can't take a nap. I can't, do whatever. It's just really challenging. And, as much as I like to think whatever, like I do need to do work, and I know you guys are going to be like, "We'll be here when you come back or whatever like that." Well, I appreciate that. I really do. But, my online business is also what provides our grocery money each month. So, it's not something that I can just take time off because I feel like taking time off if I don't, if I'm not doing this. This is a business. If I am not doing this business, then I need to do another business. So either way, I need to do some sort of business, whether that is me like selling like sewing goods, me selling soap online, whatever it is, I need to dedicate some time to a business. So, it's just challenging. It's so challenging. I was hoping what they were going to say is, okay, let's just start him off slow and then we can titrate him up. But they didn't say that. So it's just, so I don't know. Just the thought of it makes me tired. Just the thought makes me tired. It's just challenging. Like, I want to be there for my other kids as well. And I don't understand why they are not just saying, okay, let's try to start low and then move our way up. Like, I don't understand why we can't do that way. And I said that. So then she's like, well, I'm going to have somebody else call you, and maybe they have other suggestions or something that I'm not thinking of. I'm like, okay, that's great. I have other challenges, other things going on in my life, and I, need to be there for children that need a lot of one-on-one. I have goals for my family, for my children, for myself. Just feels overwhelming to go back into the hospital to get him on a BiPAP. It feels overwhelming to say, okay, I'm just gonna it's difficult, right? He puts it on and then he's upset, and then he screams and vomits because he's so upset. So he just cries and cries to the extent of vomiting, and cries some more to the extent of vomiting. And so it's just okay, if we're trying to get him to gain weight, I don't know. I don't feel like all of the teams are working together to figure out what is working for him correctly. And so because of that, it's challenging. So I'm going to wait and listen to this other doctor that we get a Zoom chat or whatever with. I'm not going to worry about it this week. We have appointments like a lot of days this week for different people. And then we have to go back down to Boston on Friday. So I'm just like, okay, let me just figure out the next couple days. I'm trying to like organize my house a little bit. I'm trying to like get things in the freezer, like all those things. You know, each month, February, March, and April, I'm spending like a week in Boston each of those months, and that's just for appointments. That takes a lot out of everyone in the household. So it's just a lot to say, okay, we need to like go inpatient for said period of time. And then my health is finally starting to get better. Just as far as like my hands, I made bread the other day. You guys are going to see that soon because that's going to be coming up, if it didn't already. So they are a little bit red because I made bread, but I have not been eating bread for a while. I would say, I think like after Thanksgiving, maybe like 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, I totally went off gluten, and I've been doing really good on that. I've been trying to just eat really a lot better, and I'm trying to increase the better, like the betterness of me eating like one thing at a time as I go on. And so to have to like go back and eat hospital food, and then again, it's challenging because if I go there, I'm not pumping, so I don't think that I would get like any type of like subsidized food. So that's kind of challenging as well, right? Because that's another cost you have to pay for, you know, you have to pay for your vehicle, and you have to pay for your food, and you need to pay for all these things. So I really want to get him on the BiPAP by myself. But that brings its own challenges, right? Like, it's hard to sit there and watch your child be so upset that they're vomiting all over themselves, knowing that if he vomits too much, he's going to lose weight, and then that's going to cause other issues. It's just hard. It's hard. So if you guys can be praying for me. It's like just overwhelmingly hard. Anyway, he did good on his, or he's doing good on his clonidine wean. I just wish that we could do like one thing at a time. So my goal right now is the clonidine wean. Yes. And then adding like things that are like fun to him, like different exercises, different therapies. Like those things are great. He loves that. He enjoys that. I mean, he gets tired, but he does whatever, and then he's like, okay, I'm good. Good news though. So his stander has been approved by both the insurances and is, I think, on its way from the 30th. It was getting shipped from the 30th of January. So I'm hopeful by the end of February. And then other pieces of equipment. Somehow something got lost in whatever, or I don't even know, for his tomato seat, which is super frustrating. I need to call them back probably tomorrow because they were like, oh, well, your doctor didn't do this. And she's like so fed up. I would be too. I mean, I think that she submitted things like 8 times. Like, get over it, people. Like, figure it out. Anyway, she's like, I have no problem submitting whatever I need to submit. They just need to say what exactly they need, or if they have special forms, like to send me the forms so I can fill them out. So my doctor has been great, but they've just, I don't know. And then they got the stroller and the bath seat approved by Blue Cross, but not by Main Care, which is state insurance. Oh, a couple of you have asked this. So people are like, well, because he's disabled, then he can get either Katie Beckett or he can get like state insurance. So basically what he has, my husband has Blue Cross Anthem through his work. So that covers the first portion. And then he has Main Care that backs up whatever Blue Cross doesn't cover. So both, every time we do something, then both things need to get approved. So Blue Cross, I talked to them on a Friday. Blue Cross had approved it, and Main Care, I just remembered I need to go to the pharmacy. Yeah, I need to go get his medicine. So we went out and we picked up his prescription. Thankfully they had it. So it was just this like kerfuffle of the insurance. I don't know if the insurance paid for it. We normally don't have a copay with that one, and we owed money. I'm thinking what happened is we filled the prescription at one level like of what he used to get, and then we had to refill it because they upped his prescription and the insurance didn't want to cover it. So anyway, insurance. Anyway, that's what happened. I am back home now. I am prepping some lunches for tomorrow after choir. Exciting, huh? So that's about an update for him. I will let you know once we get back to, once we go to the Iron Air place, how that turns out and what they think.
Is Azariah having orange? You think you saw that too?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's see.
They received the final shipment. The contract is complete. We did it. We did it. And I couldn't have done it without you.
Ooh.
Can I push him? No one was in the kitchen, but this was...
You stopped yourself on my leg?
You know, Mother, Father, and Viola all wish they could be here. I know. This christening came together so last minute. But I didn't expect them to just
Hi.
Can I push him?
I was delayed.
Do you like that?
When Mother
Can I
told about
push
it,
him?
we wired
Gentle.
very specific instructions to bring something for you.
He's like, anyone see my feet? Oh, that's not gentle.
Just a baby. Oh, he's gonna kick you. Did you see that?
Okay, one more time, then let's let him kick his feet.
Yeah, we wore to all our christenings. They wanted little Jack to wear it on his special.
Back and forth goes Azariah.
Lee gave me a promotion. You're looking at the new manager for Coulter Lumber.
Are you happy?
You smelly boy. I don't know why he has that many teeth.
Because he's getting all his teeth now, huh? Did you give him a kiss? Is he trying to kiss you back? Thank you. That was nice.
His teeth are a little bit.